in a different way, but we don't even play the ball into him. That's my frustration too.
So what do you think on this guy? You've played in this position. You was great at spinning the channels. What's your thoughts on this?
In all honesty, I think Harry Kane needs to do a lot better. I think his movement was minimal. He didn't look to go behind, and he doesn't often. But even when he comes short, he's just drifting short very kind of lethargically. He's plodding short, and that's not going to help. So when you're a striker, your two jobs are obviously score goals, which he's brilliant at. He has been all his career, and he's wonderful at that sort of thing. But I think he needs his manager to say, right, I need a little bit more from you, Harry. I would have expected that if I'd have had that kind of performance. Because as a striker, let me tell you, he's up against three at the back. So he has got to stretch that team. Even when he comes short, you've got to go that way first to keep them up there, and then you come short. So when you get the ball coming short, you don't have to go 20 yards to get it short, like he ambles in, and they just let him go, so you don't get it. So he's not creating the space for himself for a start, and vice versa. And he's never really been a player that spins that much behind. But it's the same thing. If someone's in midfield, and got the ball, and you want it behind, you go that way first, and then you go behind, and then you stretch the team. If you've got someone going behind, you can stretch the team, and that creates more space for the midfield players behind you. But in his defence, even when that happened on occasions, there wasn't enough of the midfield pushing up from behind. So it's a whole team thing. But he has to.
I totally agree. But there is no variation in the way he's playing. So to give the defender something to think about, if he's always coming short and just kind of being laboured in that respect, me as a defender, I'm not having any worries about him going that way. So I can just condense the pitch the whole time.
But isn't it that what he's done the last 4 or 5 years?
Yes.
Then he just has runners.
I think the key is the runners.
Yeah. So we need runners around. I think he's doing what he's done and done very well.
Yeah. That's why he did Roland in the team.
Exactly. Maybe or other runners, or Foden's going, or Jude is going behind, and he got one touch in the box. Of course, that's good. It's ended in the back of the net, but he didn't get enough service, maybe, or they maybe didn't put enough crosses in. I think that's another thing.
I think he gets frustrated, and I think sometimes when he does that, he ambles back, and he wants to play his part defensive in the team. But if you're playing fairly deep anyway, and your striker comes deep, as we saw on some of those clips that Micah showed, it exacerbates the issue, because you're too far. Then you've got no target to hit at all. But he's got to stay high under the way England are playing, and then it gives them a chance to get out and get people around him.
But he did come short once, and Saka stayed high, and he actually played Saka, and Saka was 1v1. He done it in the Euros final when we scored the goal with Luke Shaw. He comes deep, but if you have to have players that are high or running beyond, otherwise it becomes just clogged up in the middle areas, and there's zero effect.
Okay, let's hear from Harry Kane. Here he is with Kelly.
Well, Harry, a goal